What if I told you there's a car that costs more than your entire neighborhood, and it's not even the most expensive one on our list? In this video, we're counting down 25 cars that'll make your jaw drop and your wallet cry. These aren't just fasts, they're wallet-crushing speed demons that'll have you questioning everything you thought you knew about expensive cars. Number 1. Porsche 918 Spider. Let's kick things off with the Porsche 918 Spider, our budget-friendly option at a mere $845,000. Yeah, you heard that right. Almost $1 million for the cheapest car on our list. But here's what you get for that eye-watering price tag. A hybrid powertrain pumping out a whopping 887 horsepower. This isn't your average Prius, folks. This German beast can rocket to a top speed of 218 miles per hour. That's fast enough to get you from New York to LA in about 12 hours. If there were a straight road and no cops, of course. To put that price in perspective, you could buy 3 average American homes for the cost of one 918 Spider. And if you're thinking about grabbing one, too bad. Porsche only made 918 of these speed demons. But hold on to your hats, because we're just getting started. The 918 Spider is practically pocket change compared to what's coming up next on our list of wallet-crushing hypercars. Number 2. Aston Martin 177. Remember how we said the 918 Spider was pocket change? Well, our next car makes that look like spare change you'd find in your couch. But it's not just the price tag that'll blow your mind. It's the story behind why there are fewer of these on the road than you have fingers. Meet the Aston Martin 177. They only made 77 of these beauties, and each one came with a jaw-dropping price tag of over $1.4 million. That's almost double the cost of the Porsche we just talked about. But what do you get for all that cash? A work of art, really. Each 177 has a handcrafted aluminum body that's more sculpture than car, wrapped around a monstrous 750 horsepower V12 engine. This British rocket can hit a top speed of 220 miles per hour. That's fast enough to outrun most supercars and probably your wildest dreams. But here's where it gets even crazier. Remember how I said they made 77? Well, now there are only 76. One of these rare beasts was totaled in a crash, making the remaining cars even more valuable. And trust me, we're just getting started. The cars coming up next make even this look like child's play in the power department. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Number 3, Lamborghini Aventador LP7804 Ultimate. You thought 769 horsepower was a lot? Well, Lamborghini's not just pushing boundaries, they're saying goodbye to them. Meet the Aventador LP784 Ultimate, the last of Lamborghini's non-hybrid V12 beasts. This isn't just another supercar, it's the final roar of an era. The Ultimate lives up to its name, which means final in Latin. It's the ultimate version of the Aventador, cranking out an insane 769 horsepower and hitting a top speed of 221 miles per hour. That's faster than most planes at takeoff. But it's not just about raw power. The Ultimate's got looks that could kill, with aggressive aerodynamics that make it look like it's going 200 miles per hour standing still. And get this, all this Italian beauty and brawn can be yours for the bargain price of $500,000. That's right, $500,000 for the last of its kind. Number 4, Gordon Murray Automotive T50. While Lamborghini's saying goodbye to pure V12s, another legend is bringing them back with a vengeance. Remember the McLaren F1, the guy behind that masterpiece Gordon Murray, is at it again, and this time he's created a car that literally sucks itself to the ground. Meet the Gordon Murray Automotive T50. It's not just a car, it's a time machine that brings back the spirit of the iconic F1. But here's where it gets wild. This thing has a massive 15.7-inch fan at the back. It's not for cooling, folks. This fan generates downforce, basically gluing the car to the road at high speeds. Under the hood, there's a naturally aspirated V12 that'll make your ears bleed in a good way. This beast revs up to 12,100 RPM. That's higher than any other production car engine ever. And get this, the whole car weighs just 2,174 pounds. That's lighter than some compact cars. Number 5, Pagani Huayra. You thought $3 million was steep? Hold on to your wallets because we're about to meet a car that makes that price tag look like pocket change. Ever heard of a hypercar made from a material that sounds like it belongs in a sci-fi movie? Welcome to the world of Pagani. Pagani isn't your average car company. This boutique Italian manufacturer makes cars that are more like rolling works of art. And the Huayra, it's their masterpiece. First off, those doors. They don't just open, they spread like wings, making every entrance feel like you're stepping out of a spaceship. But it's not just about looks. The Huayra has some serious tech under the hood. We're talking about a twin turbocharged Mercedes-AMG V12 engine that pumps out 720 horsepower. That's enough to push this beauty to a mind-bending top speed of 238 miles per hour. And here's the kicker. The whole car is made from something called carbitanium. It's a mix of carbon fiber and titanium that's lighter and stronger than either material alone. Number 6, Pagani Huayra BC Roadster. Just when you thought Pagani couldn't push the limits any further, they created a car that pays tribute to one man's passion and influence. But who was this mystery person, and why did Pagani dedicate their most extreme creation to him? Meet the Pagani Huayra BC Roadster, where BC stands for Benny Caiola, Pagani's first ever customer and a close friend of the company's founder. This isn't just a car, it's a 791 horsepower love letter to the man who believed in Pagani from day one. Pagani didn't just slap on a new name and call it a day. They cranked everything up to 11. We're talking about a car that's practically made of air. Carbon fiber and titanium are everywhere, making this beast lighter and stronger than ever. But here's the kicker. Pagani's only making 40 of these. That's right, just 40 in the entire world. And the price tag? A mind-blowing $3.5 million. That's supercar territory on steroids. Number 7, McLaren F1. You think today's supercars are impressive. Wait until you hear about the grandfather of speed that's still turning heads. The McLaren F1 isn't just an old car, it's a piece of automotive history that's more valuable now than ever before. But why does this 90s icon still command such respect and astronomical prices? The F1 was a game changer when it hit the scene in 1992. Gordon Murray, the mastermind behind this beast, didn't just build a car, he created a legend. Picture this. You're sitting in the driver's seat, but it's smack in the middle of the car. That's right, you're literally the center of attention. Now, pop the hood and you'll see something straight out of a Bond movie. A gold-lined engine bay. Why gold? Because it's the best heat reflector. That's the kind of over-the-top engineering that made the F1 special. But here's the kicker. This car held the production car speed record for 12 years. 12. It could hit 241 miles per hour thanks to its naturally aspirated 6.1 liter BMW V12 engine pumping out 618 horsepower. Number 8, Seline S7 twin turbo. You might think America's automotive prowess is all about drag strips and quarter miles, but there's one car that changed the game entirely. With butterfly doors and a mid-engine layout, it looked more Italian than apple pie. Yet this 248 miles per hour monster was born right here in the USA. Ready to meet the Seline S7 twin turbo. Seline might be known for tuning Mustangs, but they decided to build their own supercar from the ground up. The S7 Twin Turbo is what happens when American muscle goes exotic. Under the hood, there's a beast of an engine, a 7.0 liter twin turbo V8 pumping out 750 horsepower. That's enough to push this carbon fiber rocket to a top speed of 248 miles per hour. But here's the kicker. When it was new, this all-American supercar would set you back $585,000. That's Ferrari money for a car made in California. And get this, they only made a few hundred of these beauties. Talk about exclusive. Number 9, Koenigsegg CCXR. Just when you thought biofuel was only for eco-warriors, along comes a Swedish monster that drinks corn juice for breakfast. The Koenigsegg CCXR isn't just quick, it's changing the game in ways you never saw coming. Koenigsegg, the mad scientists of the hypercar world, took their already insane CCX and gave it a green twist. The CCXR can run on E85 biofuel, which is 85% ethanol and 15% gas. But here's the kicker. This isn't just good for the planet, it's rocket fuel for the engine. When you fill up with E85, the power jumps to a mind-bending 1018 horsepower. It's all that plant-based power means this Swedish missile can hit 249 miles per hour. That's faster than most planes at takeoff. And the price for this eco-friendly speed demon? A cool $2.1 million when it was new. new, but Koenigsegg was just getting started. They've got even crazier tech up their sleeves for future models. We're talking cars that'll make the CCXR look like your grandma's Prius. Number 10. Koenigsegg Agera. Koenigsegg wasn't kidding about crazier tech. Imagine a hypercar that seats 4 adults comfortably, hits 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds, and has an engine called the Tiny Friendly Giant. Sounds impossible, right? Well, Koenigsegg just made it real. Meet the Agera, Koenigsegg's first ever 4-seater, but don't think this is some family wagon. This beast packs a hybrid powertrain that pumps out a mind-blowing 1700 horsepower. That's more power than most race cars. And get this, it does 0 to 60 in just 1.9 seconds. Your kids' juice boxes will spill before you even hit 3rd gear. Now, about that Tiny Friendly Giant engine. It's a 3-cylinder wonder that works with 3 electric motors to create all that power. But here's the kicker. You can drive this thing for 31 miles on pure electric power. It's like having a supercar and an eco-friendly city car all in one. Number 11, Tesla Roadster. From family-friendly speed to solo electric thrills, the hypercar world keeps evolving. But can a car without a drop of gasoline really compete with the big boys? Tesla thinks so. Their new Roadster isn't just aiming to be the fastest electric car, it's gunning for the title of fastest production car, period. The numbers are almost too good to believe. Tesla claims this electric rocket will hit 60 miles per hour in a mind-bending 1.9 seconds. That's faster than you can say Elon Musk. But speed isn't the only trick up its sleeve. The Roadster packs a massive 200 kilowatt battery, giving it a range of 620 miles on a single charge. That's like driving from New York to Detroit without stopping. And just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, Tesla promises a top speed of over 250 miles per hour. That's supercar territory, folks. The price tag, a cool $200,000. Sure, that's a lot of cash, but it's pocket change compared to some of the gas-guzzling hypercars we've seen. Number 12, Aston Martin Valkyrie. While Tesla dreams of an electric future, Aston Martin is busy blurring the lines between race cars and road cars. Imagine strapping yourself into a vehicle that's essentially an F1 car with license plates. That's the Aston Martin Valkyrie, a hypercar so advanced it might as well have come from the future. Aston Martin teamed up with Red Bull Racing to create this beast, and boy did they deliver. At the heart of the Valkyrie is a 6.5-liter V12 engine that screams out 1,160 horsepower. That's more power than some small countries. But it's not just about raw power. The Valkyrie is covered in crazy aerodynamic bits that make it stick to the road like glue. Here's where it gets wild. This thing can hit 250 miles per hour. That's faster than most planes at takeoff. And all this F1 tech doesn't come cheap. The price tag? A cool $3.2 million. But here's the thing. The Valkyrie isn't just about straight line speed. It's built to dominate on the track too. Don't be surprised if this road legal rocket starts setting some serious lap records soon. Number 13, McLaren Speedtail. Think the days of record-breaking supercars are over. Think again. McLaren just dropped a bomb on the automotive world with a car that's part spaceship, part time machine. It's got the same top speed as the Valkyrie, but here's the twist. It achieves it with a design that looks like it's from the year 3000. Meet the McLaren Speedtail, the spiritual successor to the legendary F1. Remember that central driving position we talked about earlier? Well, it's back and better than ever. You sit smack in the middle of this beast with 2 passenger seats behind you. It's like piloting your own personal starship. But here's where it gets wild. The Speedtail packs a hybrid powertrain that pumps out a mind-bending 1,035 horsepower. That's enough to push this streamlined missile to 250 miles per hour. And when I say streamlined, I mean it. This thing looks like it could slice through air like a hot knife through butter. Number 14, Zinger 21C Vmax. You might think 3D printing is just for making plastic toys, but what if I told you it's about to revolutionize the hypercar world? Enter Zinger, the new kid on the block that's shaking things up with their 21C Vmax. This isn't just another American speed demon, it's a glimpse into the future of car manufacturing. Here's the thing, almost every part of the 21C is 3D printed. We're talking about a car that's literally built by robots, piece by piece. But don't think this means it's slow. The 21C packs a hybrid powertrain that churns out a mind-blowing 1,250 horsepower. That's enough to push this technological marvel to a claimed top speed of 253 miles per hour. Now watch carefully, because this is where it gets wild. Zinger isn't just fast on the road, they're setting records on the track too. The 21C has already smashed lap records at famous tracks like Laguna Seca and Circuit of the Americas. And all this cutting-edge tech can be yours for a cool $2 million. Number 15, SSC Ultimate AOT TT. Speaking of revolutions, there's an unsung hero in the speed wars you need to know about. Before 3D printing took center stage, a small American outfit built a car that left the automotive world speechless. How did they do it? The answer might surprise you. Meet the SSC Ultimate AOT TT, a speed demon from Shelby Supercars that once wore the crown of world's fastest production car. This American-made monster packed a twin turbocharged V8 engine that churned out over 1,100 horsepower. That's enough power to outrun a fighter jet on takeoff. But here's the kicker. The Ultimate AOT TT hit a mind-blowing top speed of 256.1 miles per hour. That's faster than most planes cruise at. And get this, you could have snagged one for around $650,000 when it was new. That's practically pocket change compared to some of the other cars on our list. Number 16, Remac NAA. Just when you thought electric cars were all about saving the planet, along comes a Croatian speed demon that's about to change everything. Meet the Remac NAA, an electric hypercar that'll make your head spin and your wallet cry. Here's the thing, Remac isn't messing around. They've packed this beast with 4 electric motors, one for each wheel, pumping out a mind-blowing 1,014 horsepower. That's more power than a whole drag strip of muscle cars combined. And the speed. Hold on to your hats, folks. The NAA can rocket from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 1.85 seconds. That's faster than you can say, holy smokes. It tops out at a crazy 258 miles per hour, fast enough to outrun a commercial airliner at takeoff. But Remac didn't stop there. They've crammed a massive 120 kilowatt battery pack into this thing, giving it some serious staying power. And get this, it's got advanced torque vectoring that'll make it handle corners like it's on rails. Number 17, Bugatti Mistral. Bugatti's not ready to say goodbye to its legendary W16 engine just yet. They're sending it off with a bang, or should we say, with the whoosh of 261 miles per hour winds through your hair. Meet the Bugatti Mistral, the last hurrah for the monstrous W16 and possibly the fastest convertible ever made. Here's the thing, Bugatti's engineers have pulled off what seemed impossible. They've taken the roof off their hypercar and still managed to hit speeds that would make most planes jealous. How? By completely redesigning the car's aerodynamics. The Mistral cuts through the air like a hot knife through butter, even with the top down. But Bugatti isn't just about raw speed. They've named this beast after a powerful wind that blows through southern France. It's a nod to their heritage, and boy, does this car live up to its name. With 1,578 horsepower under the hood, the Mistral is a force of nature on wheels. Number 18, Bugatti Veyron Supersport. Think the Mistral is impressive? Let's rewind to the car that started Bugatti's modern speed obsession. In 2010, one vehicle broke the sound barrier. On land. It was called the Veyron Supersport, and it changed the hypercar game forever. This beast packed a quad turbocharged W16 engine that pumped out a mind-blowing 1,184 horsepower. That's more power than a whole drag strip of muscle cars. And the speed? Hold on to your hats, folks. The Veyron Supersport hit an official top speed of 267.8 miles per hour. That's faster than most planes cruise at. But Bugatti didn't just slap a big engine in a car and call it a day. They used loads of carbon fiber and some seriously advanced aerodynamics to keep this rocket on the ground. And all this engineering wizardry came at a price. When it was new, the Veyron Supersport would set you back $2.4 million. Number 19, Hennessy Venom GT. Power and speed are John Hennessey's obsessions, as demonstrated by the performance group of the same name, which crams as much miles per hour as possible into factory automobiles made by other companies. In 2014, Hennessey went on to construct his own supercar, which was propelled by a 7.0-liter twin-turbo GM V8 engine that produced 1,224 horsepower and 1,287 FTLBs of torque. At the 3.2-mile landing strip at the Kennedy Space Center, the Venom hit 270.4 miles per hour, but only in one direction. The Hennessey is not eligible for official record books since both directions are necessary for a record-holding run. Along with a production volume of 30 or more cars, just 13 Venoms have been sold. However, the beast has still reached speeds of over 270 miles per hour, which is really amazing. Number 20, Koenigsegg Agera RS. Remember that 267.8 miles per hour record? Turns out it wasn't unbeatable after all. Imagine a car so fast it could theoretically outrun a commercial airliner during takeoff. That's exactly what the next vehicle on our list accomplished, and it did it with 2 fewer turbos than the Veyron. Enter the Koenigsegg Agera RS, the Swedish speed king that snatched the production car speed record in 2017. This beast packs a twin-turbo V8 engine that pumps out up to 1,334 horsepower. That's enough power to light up a small town. But here's where it gets wild. On a closed 11-mile stretch of Nevada highway, the Agera RS hit a mind-bending top speed of 277.8 miles per hour. That's not just fast, it's break the sound barrier fast. And get this, during its record run, it actually peaked at 284.5 miles per hour. Talk about pushing the limits. Number 21, SSC Torora. Just when you thought the Speed Wars couldn't get any crazier, along comes the SSC Torora to shake things up. This American-made hypercar isn't just fast, it's controversial. SSC claims its twin-turbo V8 engine pumping out a mind-blowing 1,914 horsepower when running on E85 fuel. That's enough power to outrun a fighter jet. But here's where things get wild. In 2020, SSC claimed the Torora hit 316 miles per hour in the Nevada desert. The automotive world went nuts. But then, doubts started creeping in. People questioned the data, the video, everything. It was like a soap opera, but with horsepower instead of drama. SSC didn't give up though. They came back swinging in 2021 with a new attempt. This time, they got it officially verified. 282.9 miles per hour at the Kennedy Space Center. That's faster than most commercial airliners cruise. And the price for all this speed and controversy? A cool $1.9 million. Number 22, Hennessy Venom F5. You think 282 miles per hour is fast. That's cute. Deep in the heart of Texas, a small team of engineers has created a monster that threatens to leave every other hypercar in its dust. The craziest part? They did it with less than half the cylinders of a typical supercar engine. Meet the Hennessy Venom F5, a speed missile straight out of the Lone Star State. This beast packs a twin-turbo V8 that pumps out a mind-blowing 1,817 horsepower. That's more power than a whole drag strip of muscle cars combined. Hennessy claims this American rocket can hit over 300 miles per hour. Now, that's not verified yet, but let's be honest. Even getting close to that speed is insane. To make it happen, they've wrapped the whole thing in carbon fiber and added some serious aerodynamic wizardry. Number 23, Bugatti Bolide. Just when you thought Bugatti couldn't get any crazier, they drop a bombshell called the Bolide. This isn't just a car, it's Bugatti's most extreme creation yet. Imagine an 8.0-liter W16 engine that pumps out a mind-blowing 1,824 horsepower. That's more power than a whole fleet of sports cars. But here's the thing, the Bolide isn't just about raw power. Bugatti's engineers have gone mad with lightweight materials. The result? A power-to-weight ratio of 0.67 kilogram per horsepower. That's like strapping a rocket to a feather. Now, watch carefully because this is where it gets wild. Bugatti claims this track-only monster can hit over 310 miles per hour. That's unverified, but let's be honest, even getting close to that speed is insane. And the price tag for all this madness? A cool $4.7 million. Number 24, Bugatti Chiron Super Sport. The future of speed might be exciting, but Bugatti's already shattered records in the present. Imagine a car so fast it makes 300 miles per hour look easy. The Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus isn't just a car, it's a feat of engineering that rewrote the rules of what's possible on 4 wheels. Here's the thing, Bugatti took their already insane quad turbo W16 engine and cranked it up to 1,578 horsepower. That's more power than a whole drag strip of muscle cars combined. But they didn't stop there. They stretched the body, making it longer and sleeker. It's like a bullet on wheels, designed to slice through the air at mind-bending speeds. And boy, did it deliver. On a test track in Germany, this beast hit an officially verified top speed of 304.7 miles per hour. That's faster than some small planes. Bugatti didn't just break the 300 miles per hour barrier, and they obliterated it. Number 25, Koenigsegg Jesco Absolute. You thought 304.7 miles per hour was fast. Koenigsegg's about to blow your mind. Meet the Jesco Absolute, the Swedish speed demon that's aiming to hit 330 miles per hour. Yeah, you heard that right. 330 miles per hour. That's faster than a commercial airliner at takeoff. Here's the thing, Koenigsegg's twin-turbo V8 isn't messing around. When you fill it up with E85 biofuel, this beast pumps out a jaw-dropping 1,600 horsepower. That's enough power to light up a small city. But Koenigsegg didn't just slap a big engine in a fancy body. They've gone all out on the aerodynamics. The Jesco Absolute cuts through the air like it's not even there. And all this Swedish engineering genius can be yours for just $3 million? That's right, $3 million for what might be the fastest production car ever made. Now, watch carefully, because this is where it gets wild. Koenigsegg hasn't officially hit that 330 miles per hour mark yet, but let's be honest, even getting close to that speed is insane. The Jesco Absolute isn't just pushing the limits of speed, it's redefining them.